A portion of this video is sponsored by Zen, the zero effort non-bank. Stay tuned to find out more. 2020 is not yet over, but we've already had so many leaks and rumors around the Samsung Galaxy S21. What's up guys, Saf here on SuperSaf TV, and as always, we're going to break down all of the most recent leaks and rumors, SuperSaf style, to give you guys a better idea of what to expect. So firstly, it looks like the S21 series is going to be coming very early. We had already heard lots of rumors that the launch event was going to be around January, which would be the earliest launch for a Galaxy S device. On a recent blog post from TM Rowe, the president and head of Samsung's mobile division, pretty much confirms this. He said, "Thank you to everyone who supported us in 2020. I look forward to sharing more in January." In addition to that, he continues to say, "We've also been paying attention to people's favorite aspects of the Galaxy Note experience and are excited to add some of its most well-loved features to other devices in our lineup." Now, it doesn't take much to figure out that he's talking about the S Pen, the most unique feature of the Note series. And this lines up with all of the rumors that we've heard that the S21 series may be supporting the S Pen. Now, we're currently not sure if the S Pen is going to be included and embedded within the device like it is on the Note series, or if it's going to be an accessory that will be sold separately but will be compatible with the S21 series. And in terms of where would it go, well, it seems like there will be lots of cases that will have a slot for the S Pen if you choose to buy an S Pen for the S21. This has also led to a lot of speculation about whether or not Samsung is going to discontinue the Note series. If we look over the past few years, the Galaxy S line and the Note line have got more and more close together, to the point where a lot of people call the Note series just the S series with an S Pen. Now, this is of course speculation at this point. We're gonna have to wait and see what happens. There are some reports saying that no, Samsung is going to continue the Note series, and the Note series is very, very popular for Samsung. Right, now in terms of the devices, it looks like we will be getting 3 devices this year, like we had last year. So there will be an S21, an S21 Plus, as well as an S21 Ultra. The devices will of course have different display sizes. The smallest on the S21, 6.2 inches, the S21 Plus with 6.7 inches, and the S21 Ultra with the largest display at around 6.8 inches. Now, all of these displays will have OLED technology and also support 120 Hz as a refresh rate. However, there will be some key differences. Firstly, it seems like the S21 and the S21 Plus will only have full HD resolution, whereas the S21 Ultra will have Quad HD resolution. How much does that matter? Well, honestly speaking, right now on my Note 20 Ultra, for example, it has been on Full HD Plus pretty much since the day that I got it. And that is because you can only have 120 Hz if you are at Full HD Plus. So maybe Samsung has seen that most people just have the 120 Hz setting on anyway and don't really mind having Full HD Plus. And if we look at the Note 20 compared to the Note 20 Ultra, that also has a Full HD Plus display. So this does seem very likely. Also, the S21 and S21 Plus are rumored to have flat displays compared to the curved display on the S21 Ultra. Again, this is a trend that we're seeing from a lot of manufacturers. A lot of people seem to prefer a flat display, which, resolves any palm rejection issues, and it also means that screen protectors are a lot more easier to apply. Now, these displays will all have an Infinity O design, so a punch out in the middle. It doesn't look like we're going to be seeing an under-display camera as yet on the Samsung Galaxy S series. And it also seems like the bezels will be shrunk further, so we'll have very small bezels on the S21 series. Now, there's going to be differences with the builds as well. So it looks like all devices will have an aluminium frame, but the S21 and the S21 Plus will have plastic backs, whereas the S21 Ultra, the more premium device, will have a glass back. This once again seems to be very likely if we base this on what Samsung did with the Note 20 versus the Note 20 Ultra. They did go with that plastic back, and they've also had this plastic back for the S20 FE series. Generally speaking, I think most people don't mind it because they have their device in a case anyway, but again, it does take away from that premium experience. Let me know what you guys think in the comments below. Would you mind if the S21 and the S21 Plus had plastic backs? Now let's move on to the design on the back. So you'll notice from all of the leaks and rumors and actual photos and renders that we've seen as well, that the camera module is quite different. It actually goes all the way to the edges. It looks pretty interesting. I'm gonna have to save my judgments after I've actually seen the devices in hand. Now, before we move on to the specifics of the cameras, a quick thanks to our sponsor for this portion of the video, Zen. So we're shopping more than ever online these days, and this is where Zen comes in. Zen is an app connected with payment cards and a built-in account which can help make your purchases much simpler and give you lots of benefits. When paying with Zen, you have an extended warranty of 1 year at no extra charge. And if during the warranty period the product breaks, Zen actually takes care of the complaint process. Zen also takes care of refunds. So if you run into a problem with the purchase, maybe the item you purchased does not arrive or you get a different item, Zen quickly returns your money and you don't have to deal with the seller. Zen also offers cashback on purchases from many partners, with cashback arriving immediately, not after weeks. And if you're somebody like me that makes lots of purchases in lots of different currencies, you'll be pleased to know when you pay with a Zen card, you pay exactly the price you see. There is no currency conversion fees and no transaction costs. Zen also has support for people who have online stores, allowing them to accept payments quickly and in many ways. If you want to find out more about Zen, there will be a link down in the description below. Right now, moving on to the cameras, we will have some differences between the cameras of the S21 and the S21 Plus compared to the S21 Ultra. So it looks like we are going to get a triple camera setup like we had last year for the S20 and the S20 Plus. So there's going to be a primary 12 megapixel camera, a 12 megapixel ultra-wide camera, as well as a 64 megapixel telephoto camera. The sensors of these cameras may be changed, however. We did see a tweet from reputable leaker Ice Universe saying that the ultra-wide camera will be getting an updated sensor that will be 123 degrees, so wider compared to what we've got on the S20s right now. And it will also have face detection autofocus, which will allow it to focus in very close for macro shots. Now, this is not the 2 megapixel gimmicky macro shots that we've seen from other devices. This is more like what we've seen on, say, the OnePlus 8 Pro, which also allows the ultra-wide camera to focus in super close to give you some great looking macro shots. The S21 Ultra is likely to have a quad camera setup. So the same 12 megapixel ultra-wide camera, a primary 108 megapixel camera with an improved sensor compared to last year, a 3 times telephoto zoom camera, as well as a 10 times periscope zoom camera. Now, we have seen something similar from Huawei on the P40 Pro Plus, having 2 zoom cameras, which gives you a bit more flexibility when it comes to taking shots. 10 times zoom is great, but it's not something that you're going to use all the time. So having that 3 times zoom kind of gives you that middle ground. The S21 Ultra is also likely to have the laser autofocus sensor, which we saw on the Note 20 Ultra. Because of that large sensor size for the 108 megapixel primary camera on the S20 Ultra last year, we did have some focusing issues which were mostly fixed with the laser autofocus sensor on the Note 20 Ultra, so Samsung does seem to be keeping this for the S21 Ultra. Now, in terms of how good these images are, of course, there's going to be lots of factors, and we are going to be doing a SuperSaf style camera comparison as soon as we've got the devices in hand. If you want to make sure you don't miss that, then do subscribe and hit that bell icon. One of the factors that goes towards image quality is the image signal processor, which is part of the chipset. And it looks like the new S21 series is going to be powered by either the Qualcomm Snapdragon 888 chipset or Samsung's Exynos 2100. Now, the Exynos 2100 has been said to have been improved quite a bit. We're going to have to wait and see. And this will, again, vary depending on your region, which chipset you're going to be getting. It will also mean that the regions that do have the Qualcomm Snapdragon 888 will be some of the first devices in the world with the 888, and that will make them some of the fastest and most powerful smartphones in the world. For storage, it looks like the S21 and the S21 Plus will be coming in two variants, 128 gigabytes as well as 256 gigabytes. The S21 Ultra is likely to come in three variants, 128, 256 as well as 512 gigabytes. In terms of micro SD card support, this is still a bit of a question mark. We've also got some potential bad news, and certain reports have been saying that Samsung is going to be following Apple and no longer supplying a charger and earphones out of the box. This is said to be to reduce costs of the devices, which may have an impact on price. I mean, I'm gonna leave that question out to you. What do you guys think if Samsung do not include a charger and earphones out of the box? Now, in terms of the announcement and release date, John from Front Page Tech has tweeted out this, and that would mean that January the 14th will be the official Unpacked event, the announcement date, also the date when you'll be able to pre-order, and then the release date will be January the 29th, which will be very, very early compared to previous years. And that's everything that we know about the Samsung Galaxy S21 series so far. Of course, there's going to be more information that's going to be leaked as we get closer to that 14th of Jan Unpacked date. And I'll be sure to do another detailed final leaks and rumors roundup here on the channel. If you want to see that first, then make sure you hit subscribe and also tap that bell icon so you don't miss it. What do you guys think of the S21 series based on the leaks and rumors so far? Do drop me a comment below. Let me know your thoughts. I hope you enjoyed this video and found it useful. If you did, then do hit that thumbs up button for me. Thanks for watching. This is Saf on SuperSaf TV, and I'll see you next time.